Hi, welcome back to Heal and Learn. My name is Dr. McKellen Drain, and we are talking about applied channel theory and how to be building a trust today within Jue Yin and Shao Yang. So let's just recap real quick. We have gone through all 6 of the channels. We've gone through their theories, and now we're starting to build out different trusses. So today we're going Jue Yin, Shao Yang, and these are naturally always going to pair up together when they're Tai Yin, Yang Ming, Shao Yin, Tai Yang, and then Jue Yin, Shao Yang. So if they're directly across from each other in the clock system there, they'll naturally and beautifully pair up. And so we're going to just be going through all this. Remember that this is a global balance when we use a truss compared to a local or a standard treatment. So a local treatment is I have shoulder pain. How can I do imaging and mirroring to treat the shoulder pain? We could go to the opposite joint. We could reverse image this. So now you're in the wrist. You're imaging this to the hip. You're reversing the hip. So now you're at the ankle. All of that jazz. I have a different video about imaging and mirroring, so check that out. We are going to be talking about more of the global, which means systemically there's an issue going on. This is not a local pain, okay? So that's your first step, is identify, is it local or systemic? And then since we're going systemic, what are the affected meridians? And then once you find those affected meridians, finding the systems 1 through 6 that complement that meridian, and then building a truss, trying to find the balance. So Jue Yin, Shao Yang, here we go. I've already told you that this makes an easy truss, so let's just go through the steps again. You draw your crosshairs, and this is going to be quadrants of the upper body limbs versus the lower body limbs. And so you will draw your hand meridians on that top half of your quadrants. So if we have Jue Yin, that would be our pericardium. And then we also have within the Shao Yang our Sanjiao. So those are our 2 hands. And now as we place our liver and our gallbladder, remember this all needs to be alternating yin and yang. So pericardium, Sanjiao, then it'll be liver, and then gallbladder. So that creates a flow of alternating yin and yang. After we create a flow that's alternating yin and yang, we got to make sure that it is going to be a balanced truss. And so we do that by the connections of systems 1 through 6 to see how are these all able to connect. Remember, the system 1 is same name, system 2 is branching name, system 3 is interior exterior, system 4 will be the clock opposite, system 5 is the nearest neighbor of the same polarity, and then system 6 is the same system, but that would be like when we're using localized treatments, okay? Because we're using the same meridian, but instead of doing LI 15, we're going to do LI 4. So it's just on the same meridian. So how we can start to look at this is, how does pericardium and Sanjiao connect? That is system 3 through interior and exterior pairs. And then how can we connect either pericardium with our gallbladder, or how can pericardium connect with liver? Pericardium and liver connect through the branching names, that's system 2. And so then we're drawing our lines, and then we're doing the same thing. So then if one is diagonal, most likely the other one will be diagonal, because remember, we have a few options of how these trusses need to look. Either a square, an hourglass, or a sideways hourglass. Only one treatment has a square with an hourglass in it. So we do have an upwards hourglass, which is fantastic. So then remember, the next step of all of this is to draw out your bagua. And so your bagua will be all those dashes. Remember, we always start from the bottom. That's our reference point of number 1. And as we are growing in number, we're growing taller, just like a baby. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each organ system has 3 lines, and we're just doubling those lines to give us 6 lines. And then those 6 lines equal to the antique chart along with the source or the low point in the points. And so as we're debating which way we want to convert, remember you can only convert both up and down or both sideways. Either both have to be side to side or they both have to be up and down. This is going to connect best if we go up and down. So we're going to be looking at pericardium and gallbladder, and that is going to be a 3-6 conversion rate. And remember, we always write the conversion rate in Roman numerals because we don't want to mix this up with those acupuncture points of pericardium 3 and then it would be pericardium 7. So we want it to be aligned with what step we're at. So Roman numerals for conversion, and then we look at our antique chart with adding in the source and the low, and with that, then we're getting pericardium 7, pericardium 3, gallbladder 41, gallbladder 34. Then we look and do the same exact thing on SHAO and liver, and then this also is going to be a 3-6 conversion. They will always mirror each other. So if you go up and down, or if you go side to side, up and down, they're always going to be the same conversion rate. So then this is also 3-6, so that would give us the points of SHAO 3, SHAO 10, and then liver 3 and liver 8. Pretty easy. What symptoms you could see with a Jue Yin, Shao Yang pattern could be stress related. It could be like a type A personality. Their liver is wanting to be in charge, but their gallbladder can't make the decision. It could also be liver is trying to free flow and there's too much dampness. So there's a few different reasons. If you're seeing multiple symptoms of these organs, this would be like a balance you could do. Maybe something with IBS, maybe headaches, but type A personality of go, 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 but the gallbladder is like, I can't decide. This would be like a fantastic treatment. Okay, hope that this helps you, and comment below if it doesn't. Let me know how I could explain this more, and if you have any questions, please reach out. And I'm going to make another video on other organ systems. So we have like the Jue Yin Yang Ming. That could be a system, and why would we use that? So stay connected and let's keep in touch, and I will talk to you soon.